What is up, guys? The LA Gamer here, and today I am bringing you guys episode 4 of my Chargers Rebuild series on Madden 16. Now, today I'm a little bit excited because it is Super Bowl Sunday. Now, I'm sure all of you guys are very aware of that. All you guys, just so exciting for me personally. You know, you're looking forward to this game all year. Personally, I got a few comments saying, am I going with the Panthers or am I going with the Broncos? I'm not going to explain my reasoning. I'm just going to say the team because obviously we need to get in the video. But my choice is the Panthers, obvious choice, I would say. Probably 95% of analysts and most people would probably choose that as the team to win the game. So that's just what I'm going to say. That's all I really think so far. Either way, let's hop into this Chargers episode. So you see, this is our team so far. Now, in the last episode, we drafted this Frazier guy. We also drafted this right tackle. Now, one thing I want you guys to know, I'm not sure if you guys have ever known this if you play Madden or not, but if you look closely at the player pictures, the people with the black collars, you see how Frazier has a black collar, Keenan Allen doesn't. The people with the black collars actually represent people that were drafted and are randomly generated players from the game, and people with white collars are people that actually play in the NFL today. So I'm just wanting you guys to know that so you understand. Basically, if you see a person with a black collar, that's representing a person that was randomly created, or things of that nature. So either way, we're going to hop into or not necessarily hop into our first game because we're not going to play a game. It's weird for me to think that we're just kind of doing a rebuild league, but another thing I mentioned was the whole quarterback thing. Now, I know I don't respond to the comments a whole lot in terms of this series, and I don't want you guys to take that personally whatsoever. I do read them. I just never really get back to them because most of them are just kind of advice comments. But of course, I'm going to read them off like I normally do in the past few episodes. So just so any advice you guys have been giving me, you know that I'm looking into it, and you guys can see what I think. So a lot of you guys are saying Blake Mays is looking like a good quarterback. I mean, one person said trade Phillip Rivers, another person said trade Phillip Rivers. One person said trade Keenan Allen. Now, I can't do that. I'm just a huge fan of Keenan Allen himself. And I also think he's a big playmaker in terms of the receiving position. So I don't see who we can get back for him that would actually make that worth it. So another guy saying make Mays the starter. Start Blake Mays. Yeah. A lot of you guys are saying use Blake Mays. I think maybe only, I don't know if any of you guys actually said keep Phillip Rivers at the starting position. So I know Blake Mays is the obvious beast. We're going to have to switch around our quarterback position style a little bit for him. So let's go to schemes real quick. And let's make it a little bit more tilted towards a mobile quarterback scheme. Just because I think that's what he'd be most comfortable in. I'm pretty sure that would be his play style if I were to name it one. So let's see. Yeah, he's 84 overall now. He's even better than Phillip Rivers when we're in this type of scheme. So we're actually, like I said, going to trade Phillip Rivers. I don't really know what we're going to get for him. We can obviously get a lot because he's a top-notch quarterback, and quarterbacks mean a lot in this game. And based off what our actual team needs are saying, it's saying that we need a wide receiver pretty bad, and also a cornerback. So if we can get a nice cornerback, and I'd probably want a cornerback more than a receiver, but if we can get a nice cornerback and receiver for this, that would definitely be something I'm interested in doing. So, teams with nice cornerbacks and receivers. Let's just think of some teams real quick. Now the Broncos. Do the Broncos still have Peyton Manning? They might need a quarterback. No, they have Fitzpatrick, who's not bad, but let's see. Could we get Emmanuel Sanders and maybe? We'll try something crazy. Try Chris Harris Jr. with it. They're not interested in him. Okay, we gotta find a team that's actually interested in Phillip Rivers before we can try a trade like that. That's something I need to think about. Are there really no teams interested in Phillip Rivers? It must be because of his age or something. You know what? I have a better idea. Since we're only in preseason, we don't have to really worry about forcing a trade right now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to put him on the trade block, and whatever trades happen to come will come. So add a trade block. Nurse teams will make an offer in the next week. So we'll send 1 week, get an idea of some of the trade offers, and then go with one. Sadly, this is the moment where I wish I was live streaming. Live streaming would help a lot because it would help me determine what trade I should be accepting, but that might be something I do in the future is live streaming. If that's something that sounds cool to you guys, just tell me, and I might do it. So either way, we're going to upgrade our team. We'll just, Denzel Perryman has 9K. We'll just auto-progress him. Hopefully the CPU doesn't mess that up. No offers yet for Phillip. We'll go week by week. I'm sure an offer has to come here through the works. Worst case scenario, we'll just have to trade him for a few high picks. But I'm pretty sure we can get a nice player for him because quarterbacks are always valued very high in this game. So I would find it kind of weird if nobody's willing to give us anything for him. But it's starting to seem like that will be the case just because no teams have any interest in him. Some another week. Another thing I want to look at is we'll see how Blake Mace is doing in this preseason, because I'm a little bit curious as to how he's going to perform just as, you know, the rookie quarterback. So let's check that out real quick. I mean, we're not really doing that bad offensively. We're just giving up tons of points. So let's see, 31-24 here. First game by Blake Mace, first preseason game. Let's see what he did. Had a pretty nice game, 123 QB rating. Think about it, they only played one quarter, so for him to throw 2 touchdowns, 173 yards in one quarter, I'm certainly impressed. And then in this game, he didn't do that well that game. Philip Rivers did all right that game. I mean, realistically, Philip Rivers would be the better option this first year, but Blake Mays needs to develop, and that's the only way we're going to get better. So this first year might be a little bit difficult, but the quicker that we can get Blake Mays better is the quicker that we can make this a team that can build into the future. So realistically, I'm not going to play Philip Rivers because obviously, I guess nobody wants him. Oh, we need to cut 4 players. Okay, we're going to do that real quick. This is actually good news. Usually we always are like way under players, so finally we have so many players that we actually need to cut some. But yeah, since we have since nobody wants to trade for Philip Rivers, we'll just have him be the backup, which wouldn't be a bad option because if Blake Mays really ends up messing up bad, I wouldn't be completely against just benching him for a couple weeks, just to let him know that obviously there is a lot of pressure for him and he needs to perform. So let's cut him, I guess. Cavell Connor. We need to cut 4 guys, so we'll be able to cut one of these guys. Steve Williams, he's obviously not that good. Free safety will. Oh, that's a rookie. The rookie we got. We'll cut this guy then. Darrell Stuckey. Okay. And then strong safety. No. We don't need 2 kickers. We definitely don't. So we'll get rid of Lambo now that we signed this new, or we drafted this new kicker. It's actually pretty nice. And yeah, we cut our 4 players, so let's get out of this. I have a lot of quarterbacks right now, but I don't know. I feel comfortable with a lot of quarterbacks just because I really have no idea how I'm going to set up the team this season. Of course, I have 2 rookie quarterbacks, one who's really mobile and Blake Mays, and then another really, basically a gunslinger in the other quarterback I got. Let's see. Real quick, I can't do that. Never mind. Well, nothing really worked out there, so nobody wants to trade Philip Rivers. We're still going to go week by week, of course, to try to get a better gauge of how this team's going to do this season. Depending on how fast we go, hopefully we can get to the end of the season. I'm pretty sure we can. We end up winning our first game, 27-24. Now, of course, that was against the Raiders, not the most impressive victory. But beating the Steelers here in week 2 would be a much better sign for the future. If we can manage to come out here with a win, that'd actually be a really, really good sign. Sadly, we weren't able to do that. I'm not that surprised. The Steelers are a pretty nice team. And we actually only lost by 3 points. Defense wasn't really able to hold up. I mean, the Steelers have a very dominant offense. So this is where we need more cornerbacks is their offense is going to tear us apart. I mean, look, Ben Roethlisberger threw for 360 yards. We just can't have that. So rushing-wise, or receiving-wise, yeah, Martavis Bryant destroyed us. Oddly enough, it wasn't Antonio Brown, but Martavis Bryant who went off on us. And then Troy Frazier got actually a really nice game there. So at least that's good news. We're having a little bit of a rookie connection from Troy Frazier to Blake Mays, or Blake Mays to Troy Frazier. You know what I'm talking about. And Blake Mays actually had a really tough rookie debut. We still managed to win that game, but a rough rookie debut for him nonetheless. And Todd Frazier only had 1 catch for 4 yards in the first game. So our rookie struggled a little bit in that rookie debut. Luckily, we were able to come out of that one with a win. That's a weird thing. A game where we actually performed pretty well, we lost. But a game that we looked like we played really bad, we won. So that'll be an interesting kind of story, I guess, going along this season to see how that all works out. But I'm pretty sure that's just kind of a weird situation. And we actually lost here again by 5 points. I would say the biggest issue here would be our defense. I mean, obviously our offense is doing pretty good, consistently putting up points in the high 20s. That's a good offense. So I'm not worried. And looks like Blake Mays may have gone down with an injury because look, he got subbed out pretty early on. Philip Rivers came in and absolutely destroyed. I mean, 240 yards, far. Why am I saying like that? 4 touchdowns. Matt Forte completely tore us up with 3 rushing touchdowns. And receiving wise, Troy Frazier once again having a great game. 11 receptions, 73 yards, and a touchdown. Now I knew Troy Frazier was going to be a beast, but he is coming in really big for our team so early in the season. So that's really cool. Now we're gonna look real quick at Blake Mays go down with an injury. He did. Let's see how bad it is. Oh man, that's the problem with mobile quarterbacks. They do get injured quite a bit. And he only broke his thumb, so at the end of this bye week, he'll be back. So actually, really convenient time for this bye week. He'll not even miss a game. So we'll go into next week, and we will. I mean, obviously, well, I don't know why I said we will win or lose. We're obviously not playing a game, so let's. What's it called? Okay, yeah, let's just sim. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing there. So let's sim. Going up against the Chiefs here, who are 3-1. This will be a little bit tougher of a game, obviously. Chiefs being one of the better teams in the league. I mean, they're a really good team, and we actually come out with a win in that game. So we're gonna win 23-17. They managed to slow us down a little bit offensively. Still managed to score in the 20s, but our defense performed much better that game. Obviously, keeping them to 17 points. I mean, Blake Mays threw a nice, very conservative game here. Didn't really go for it, but it obviously worked out. And receiving wise, Troy Frazier did a pretty nice job. So Frazier is looking really, really nice for us. Hopefully at the end of the season if he can be a 1,000-yard receiver in his rookie season, I'm gonna have to consider putting him at the number 2 or number 1 spot. Even though we have Keenan Allen, that guy is looking like a beast. And the funny thing is, in our scheme, he's only like a 71 overall, but I knew he was gonna be really good just because of his stats. And I'm really glad they're transferring well into the sim. As right here we win another game. This game we won 27-17. So our offense is unbelievably consistent. I can say that much. I mean, that's why I can say with confidence that we're a very consistent team. It's just our defense just get a little bit better. As right here, Blake Mays threw a little bit better of a game this time. 222 yards, 2 touchdowns. I like that. Danny Woodhead went off 26 carries, 143 yards. That's extremely impressive. So don't mind that at all. Then receiving wise, yeah, Troy Frazier was a little bit out of the mix in that one. Now he seems like he's coming down to earth a little bit. Yeah, 2 really good games, and now he's kind of slowing down a little bit, but that's all right. If he can still finish with, here's the thing, my goal for Frazier at the number 3 receiving spot, if he can still get 800 yards, I would consider that a very, very impressive season. I'm not sure if he can do that though. 800 yards it's actually really tough to get when you think about it. It's right here. We actually lost last week, 24-19. Our offense didn't really show up that game. And there's another important game here against the Broncos, 4-3. If we can win this game, we'll actually manage to take control, or at least pass them up in our division. And I mean, that would just be good news right there, because the Broncos are probably the favorite to win the AFC West, and we do manage to win that game. There we go. That was probably a high-scoring game when I think about it. It was 42-31. Wow, I knew it was gonna be high score, not necessarily that high. Let's see how Blake Mays did. I'm feeling pretty good. Let's see, Blake Mays, 2 touchdowns. Once again, a very nicely thrown game. He's playing very conservative. It's working out really well for us though, and that's what I'm really happy about. Rushing wise, we got 2 touchdowns out of Melvin Gordon. Rushing wise, Danny Woodhead with a rushing touchdown as well. I wonder where all these touchdowns came from. We got 42 points. Receiving wise, Troy Frazier, 4 receptions, 104 yards, and a touchdown. Very, very good job from Troy Frazier. I'm really happy with that. Defensively, we must have done something too, because that's the only way we could have that many points. And Brandon Flowers got a fumble recovery touchdown, and then Jason Verrett got an interception. So, let's see, any noticeable player. I'm gonna look at. Once we get to midseason, so that will be 1 more week, I'll actually look at defensive stats. I know I don't look at defensive stats all that often, so some of you guys are probably curious how some of my guys are doing defensively. So we'll check the seasonal defensive stats here in a second. See, I'm pretty sure, did we get any rookies on defense? I think we got a free safety, but he was just a backup, so it didn't make that big of a deal. But either way, we're first place in our division, only by a game, so it's really sketchy right now. We ended up winning that game by 21 points though, so I think our team's on a little bit of a roll right now, coming off a big win coming up a big win at home against Denver, and then going to Buffalo to just basically shit on the Bills. I mean, that's good news. And once again, Blake May is extremely consistent, throwing in the high hundreds, low 200-yard mark, and then getting 2 touchdowns to no interceptions. That's the thing I'm really happy about. As a rookie, typically you're worried about those interception ratios, but he's not really throwing any interceptions, so that's something I'm really happy about. Once again, Melvin Gordon having a relatively nice game. And then Stevie Johnson caught both touchdowns, and Todd Frazier was almost left completely off the board that game. That's all right. Frazier seems to be a little bit inconsistent here in this first season, but as a rookie, that's something you expect. The good news is, I'd rather have inconsistency and the inconsistent greatness than a consistent decency, because the fact that that Troy Frazier guy is occasionally going off means that there's a lot of potential that he can actually be a very dominant receiver. As right here, we actually won another week, and we win the Chiefs 26-13. And the good news about that is we're now 2 games up in our division because the Broncos lost as well. And that time we actually went to the Chiefs to beat them. So, well, obviously, I mean, we kind of dominated them in our season series. Once again, a nice game by Blake Mays. A little bit more aggressive, a little bit more passing yards, but he also threw an interception. That's all right, though. Realistically, the most important thing is that we came out with a win, and of course, we did just that. So, Keenan Allen did a great job here. 9 catches, 120 yards, and a touchdown. He kind of took up most of the receiving game, and then Troy Frazier came in pretty far behind at 26 yards, but realistically, Keenan Allen kind of went off that game, so he was just kind of the main target. So we play the Jaguars here in this next week. They're 1-8 if you guys saw closely when we were scrolling through the things to do. So that should be another easy win to put us at 7-3. Of course, you never want to take it easy. You never really know what's going to happen. So hopefully we'll come out here and win the game. But let's look at some season stats so far. Philip Rivers obviously came in to only play like half of one game, but he did a phenomenal job with that one half of the game. Blake Mays also doing a very, very good job this season. 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, almost 2,000 yards. And I mean, he's not like the type of guy who's going to throw for a ton of yards, but he's doing a pretty nice job nonetheless. Blake Mays also has 180 rushing yards. Either way, we also have Melvin Gordon, who's got a pretty nice season so far, six touchdowns. Danny Woodhead, who had that one crazy game, but outside of that, he's not doing much crazy stuff. And then Brandon Oliver's being kind of our most consistent running back here. Then receiving-wise, I mean, we have 3 very good receivers. Obviously, there's some consistency along these guys. Keenan Allen, Stevie Johnson, and Todd Frazier, all pretty similar in their receiving stats. Frazier is on track to probably get maybe not 100 or 800 yards, but pretty close. And also is having, I'd say he's having a pretty nice season so far, along with Stevie Johnson, who's also having a pretty nice season. So as long as Frazier can put together a few more nice weeks, I'm completely happy with how he did this season. And of course, Blake Mays isn't doing the most phenomenal job, but he's leading us to wins, which is what matters most. And he's not the guy who's going to basically kind of kill it on the stat sheet. He's going to more just kind of lead to wins, which is what I care about more. And he seems like he's a very conservative quarterback, which results in us just being able to hold the ball longer, and then it kind of makes the opposing offense have less time to score, if that makes sense. But we did beat the 1-8 Jaguars. Not a huge surprise there. It actually was a very low-scoring game, 17-10. I'm a little bit scared. A little bit scared about how close that game got. Let's see. We actually had to score 10 points in the fourth quarter to even win that game, so a little bit sketchy there. Either way, we did come out with a win. Blake Mays struggled a little bit. That's basically the reason that we lost. Blake Mays just struggled, and then Melvin Gordon got 2 rushing touchdowns, so there we go. Stevie Johnson with a really big week this week, and those are kind of the notables for that week. Go back once again. Let's see. So we're 7-3. We're still 2 games up on the division. Let's see. We'll have about 6 games left. So 6 games left, 2 games up. It's promising so far. If we can just finish 4-2, I'd say we have the division in our bag. Just make sure that the team we're playing does not go 6-0, and I say we're completely fine. So we end up winning that game. We won 42-3. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, that was just crazy. But the Broncos ended up losing, so we're 3 games up on them, and then we're 2 games up on the Chiefs. Since we won the season series with the Chiefs, I mean, look, we beat them at home, we beat them away. We're obviously going to get the tiebreaker for them. So now all we literally have to do is go 3-2, and we clinch it. So I'm feeling really confident here. If we can beat the Broncos, I'm feeling even better. Blake Mays, oh my goodness. Only 192 yards, but 5 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. That's one of the most dominant games you can ask for from a rookie. 5 touchdowns to 0 interceptions. Their passing yards is kind of funny. Apparently, we probably just kept getting interceptions or something. Or no, I don't know how because they only threw 1 interception. How do we keep getting in a situation to throw touchdowns when he wasn't working downfield? I don't get it. We must have been rushing the ball really well, maybe. I mean, yeah, I guess we're rushing the ball pretty nice, but 5 passing touchdowns for Blake Mays. Please tell me that Frazier caught 1. Yeah, he did. He caught at least 1. Who caught most of them? Okay, Keenan Allen caught 2, and Ladarius Green caught 2. Okay, those are kind of the main receivers, so I'm not surprised. But Troy Frazier getting involved, that's what I'm happy to see. So a huge win there. Now hopefully we can carry that momentum to beat the Broncos. We also play the Raiders after that, and the Raiders are, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they're 2-9, so that should be another easy win. So basically, if we kind of get a free win out of the Raiders, and the important games, we just have to go 2-2. I'm positive we can do that. So let's see. I mean, yeah, we beat the Broncos, and now we're going up against 2-10 Raiders. Now the Broncos are 4 games behind us, so they're basically out of it. We won 33-14. Okay, guys, we are on a roll right now. I don't want to jinx it. I'm gonna knock on wood real quick. Yeah, I'm not jinxing it, but 33-14 after a 42-3 victory. I think, needless to say, we are on a little bit of a tear right now. We're just kind of hitting on all cylinders right now. Blake Mays gets his first rushing touchdown ever, which is kind of surprising that happened so late in the season. But there we go. He gets a rushing touchdown. And then Trey Frazier didn't really do much that game, but that's all right. Either way, the funny thing is, we're not putting up tons of yards or anything, but we're putting up tons of points. And I think that's just kind of funny, because if we're not putting up yards, I just don't know how we're getting in a position to score. But right now, we are on a 6-game winning streak. And we've won 8 of our last 9 games. Let's just put that into consideration. The Titans are the only team to beat us in our last 9 games. So we started off the season, 1-2, and now we're 9-3. So there's a possibility that we're going to finish off the season on like what is it going to be, a 10-game winning streak. That would be crazy. But we do play the Panthers next week, so that'll be a little bit more difficult. They might be able to slow us down. We'll see what their record is in just a second. But this week we're playing the Raiders, who are 2-10. If they end up ruining our winning streak, oh my God, they did. We lost our winning streak to the 2-10 Raiders, 32-28. That's just kind of embarrassing. I'll be honest. I think I jinxed it, guys. I definitely think I jinxed it. The knock on wood didn't work. Let's see how we did at least. Blake Mays did well. One of his best QBRs all season, 117. Rushing wise, we did well. I don't really see how we lost this game. It's weird. The games that it seems like there's a possibility that we lost, we win. But the games that looks like we did a very nice job, we end up losing. So we play the Panthers, the Falcons, and the Buccaneers. So we're finishing off against basically just the NFC East. I'm pretty sure that's the division that they're in. The NFC, is that it? The NFC East? Or no, is it the Central? I don't know, guys. I'm not good with the NFC divisions, but I think we can beat the Buccaneers. I think we can beat the Falcons. The Panthers, I'm a little bit skeptical. But basically, all we have to do is win, like, what do we have to do? Win one more of these games, I think. If we win one more, no, the Chiefs will still have a chance. We need to win 2 of these next 3 games. Please tell me we can beat the Panthers. That'd be a really good sign. And we can't. And the Chiefs have caught up. Oh, no. Okay, this is about to get really interesting. Lost 27-13. Yeah, the Panthers are really good, so not a lot of surprise there. Let's see. Yeah, Blake May struggled a little bit, but we actually shut down Cam Newton pretty well. I mean, he struggled a lot too, so that's something to be happy about. Receiving-wise, the first game all season, that looks like, yep, Troy Frazier is left without a reception. It's a little bit embarrassing. And then so we're finishing off the season. Falcons and Buccaneers. Please tell me we can win these games. Now the Falcons are 6-8. Of course, we're in a little bit of a skid on a 2-game losing streak, but I'm confident we can turn things around. All we gotta do is perform here in these next 2 weeks. So let's see. And please tell me we got this. I'm really scared of seeing our record. I really am. And we lost again. Oh my goodness. 3-game losing streak. The Chiefs actually took the lead. 55-52 was the final score. Oh, our defense. Come on now. How does that even happen? That type of shootout? It didn't even go into overtime. It literally just got that high scoring just naturally. Blake Mays only had 2 touchdowns. Where are all these touchdowns coming from? Okay, the running game got like all the touchdowns. Rashad Jennings got 4 rushing touchdowns. Oh my goodness. And it looks like once again, Troy Frazier left without a catch. I don't know. Actually, let's check. He might be injured. Either that or he's just really, really sucking. So let's see. I'm really hoping this 3-game skid did not just ruin our playoff chances. That would really, really suck. Let's look at the AFC. We're going to have to win this last game. We are. The Chiefs apparently... Okay, they clinched the playoffs. They didn't clinch the division. If we win this game, they lose. We'll get the division again. But the fact that we even lost the division is just something to be embarrassed about. And then if we win this game, we more or less clinch the playoffs. So... all we need to do, all we need to do is win this game. And if we lose, we just gotta hope one of the other 2 teams tied with us lose as well. So let's go. This is so sketchy. I don't like this. I don't like being put in this situation. Considering how we finished the season, I'm a little bit skeptical if we'll win this game. And we don't, but we still make the playoffs. Okay, but we finished on a 4-game losing streak. I'm a little bit scared about how our team's going to do in the playoffs. We beat the Chiefs both times we played them. Here we are in the playoffs playing them again. Now I'm going to send the playoffs here. Because we still have some time left. I like to make about 30-minute episodes, and we lost by 16 points. Oh my goodness. So we're going to actually sim the playoffs. Like I said, if we make the Super Bowl, I will play the game. But if we don't, of course, I'm just going to be simming the game. So, oh my goodness. I'm a little bit scared, guys. I mean, if we lose to the Chiefs here, we beat them both times in the regular season. If we lose to the Chiefs here, it's just more proof that we just finished off bad. And hopefully it was just kind of a jinx. And yes, Troy Frazier is injured, so that's why he has not been doing anything to end the season. Let's see what happened to him. Obviously, he must be somewhat severe because he missed the past few weeks. He broke his ribs. Eric Weddle's also out for 14 weeks. So is Ladarius Green. So is Stevie Johnson. So is Alex Boone. So we have 5 starters out with an injury right now. This might be why we were losing games. Literally, our whole entire team is injured. 5 starters. That's a lot of starters. That's not good. Okay, yeah, we're gonna sim this week. I'm skeptical. I don't think we'll win this game with all of our players being out, but we'll sim the week. Of course, this is important to me. Hopefully, we can come out here and win the game. And no, we don't. Let's see, what was the score? Yeah, obviously the injuries played a part in that. That just wasn't our season. We just weren't meant to win that one. So we ended up losing 10-31. It wasn't even close. So yeah, there's no way we dropped that much in ability just over the course of a few seasons. So Blake May struggled a lot too. I mean, 2 of our top receivers are out though. Stevie Johnson, or not 2 of the top ones, but Stevie Johnson and the tight end Ladarius Green are both out. So it caused a lot of issues. But either way, that'll be the end of the season, guys. We made it all the way we made it all the way to the wild card. We made it to the playoffs now. Of course, I expected a lot more out of us because we started off so strong, but it was kind of to be expected with all those injuries coming. It just kind of knocked us out of our rhythm, and that was kind of it. But obviously, there's a lot to be hopeful about. Blake Mays leading us to a great record in his first rookie season. Obviously, a much better start than finish, but obviously, it goes to show that at our best, we're pretty freaking good. So I'm definitely confident that here in the next few seasons, we will actually be a Super Bowl contender and we'll be able to rebuild these Chargers. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please click the like button below. Make sure to comment your opinion of the series and other different, in the series, just comment down trades, different moves you'd like to see me do. Of course, I like to read them off and try new things. So any ideas you have, please comment them down below. And lastly, subscribe if you have not already to stay tuned to this series and other series I got going on my channel. Now, this series is going really, really well. So I want to say thank you guys for all of that. And that's basically the end of it. So I'll see you guys next time, and peace out.